The college baseball postseason is down to 16 teams, and yes, Tennessee is one of them. Headed to the Fayetteville Super Regional, and I think it is one of the best coaching jobs done by the best coach on the University of Tennessee's campus. Hey, Lucas Panzica here from 104.5 The Zone and A to Z Sports. Tennessee baseball is headed to Super Regionals for the fifth year in a row. That is the longest active streak in college baseball. Tony Vitello taking Tennessee to its seventh Super Regional all time. So the Vols had two Super Regional appearances before Tony V took over. They are now running on 5 straight. They'll take on Arkansas in Fayetteville this coming weekend, with game 1 happening Saturday afternoon, playing for a chance to get to Omaha once again to compete for a national championship. This is after Tennessee won the Knoxville Regional, beating Wake Forest in an elimination game 11-5 on Monday, breaking this game wide open with the 7-run fourth inning. And from there, Liam Doyle closing it out, one of the best pitchers in all of college baseball, throwing heat to take Tennessee to the Super Regionals. It has been such a weird year for this Tennessee baseball team. Coming into this season as the defending national champs, the last undefeated team left in college baseball. They were the number 1 team in the country until about mid-season, and then the inconsistency started. Tennessee was 13-13 down the stretch. They struggled with inconsistency up and down the lineup, defensive struggles, miscues, uncharacteristic errors, struggles from their bullpen. And we went into the SEC tournament in Hoover wondering if Tennessee would even be able to host a regional. And the Vols made a little bit of noise in the SEC tournament. They knocked off 1 seed Texas and did get run ruled by Vanderbilt, but in the end were able to earn a hosting spot in the postseason. And then, as a few hours down the road, Vanderbilt, as the number 1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament, fell flat on their face. Tennessee, once again, raced right by the Commodores to win the Knoxville Regional and move on to Super Regionals. Now, I say this might be the best coaching job of the Tony Vitello era, and it's very easy to scoff at that. We don't even know if Tennessee's going to Omaha, and they're coming off of a season where they just won a national championship. But I do know this, in college baseball, especially in recent memory, it is very difficult to sustain after winning a national title, maybe different to what it's like in college football or basketball, where teams that win a national title typically continue to be in that conversation in the years that follow. But in college baseball, there's not been a team to win a national championship and make Super Regionals the following year since 2018, when Florida did it and ended up getting to Omaha the year after winning the 2017 national championship. So there's that, the ability to replace everything Tennessee lost through the MLB draft last year. Now, Tennessee is one of the more talented teams in the country, which is a credit to Tony Vitello, but to be able to pick them up out of their second half slump at the end of the regular season and not only host a regional, but now move on to the Supers, that is a massive feather in the cap of Tony Vitello. And yes, I believe he is the best coach on Tennessee's campus. You could argue about Rick Barnes and the totality of his career. He's one of the winningest active coaches in all of college basketball. Josh Heupel has revived Tennessee football from the depths and made the Vols relevant again. And if you're a Tennessee fan, you might value that more than you value a national championship in baseball, and that's perfectly fine. Many fans probably share that opinion. But if you're to take every sport in a vacuum and put every coach up next to what the standard is in that respective sport, there's no question Tony Vitello is the best coach of his sport on Tennessee's campus. He's the only coach right now in a major sport that has a national championship under his belt. He's the only coach that year in and year out has Tennessee as a national championship contender, bona fide national championship contender. Men's basketball has certainly been in that conversation, but obviously hasn't gotten over that hump of getting to the first Final Four. So I feel perfectly comfortable saying that Tony Vitello is the best coach on Tennessee's campus. And there is this ultimate irony that Tony Vitello in Tennessee knocked off Wake Forest, a team whose athletic director is John Curry, the man who hired Tony Vitello at Tennessee. Of course, before the Schiano Sunday fiasco, hiring Tony V is the only good thing that John Curry did as the athletic director at Tennessee. And now his Wake Forest Demon Deacons are on the way out. Tennessee is on their way to the Super Regionals against an Arkansas team that knocked them off in the final regular season series. The good news for Tennessee is first game's on Saturday. That gives an extra day of rest for Tennessee's pitching staff that gave everything over the course of the regional weekend. So Tony Vitello is going to try to keep this going. And right now, Tennessee's most dominant team on Rocky Top are the Vols.